something like that.
I know. I'm such a nice gentleman. I guess just thoughts on you gained a streak, and it seems like it's probably the best I've seen, at least consistently in terms of offense execution.
Well, we did a lot of good things, especially like you were talking about a while ago, facing a lot of different zone defenses, which we haven't seen. You know, we've seen a trap zone, and we caused us a lot of problems when we went to Oral Roberts and then we went up to South Dakota. So we worked hard with the traps. We worked hard this week against the zone. We did a very good job against South Dakota man-to-man. We pretty well took control of the game. They couldn't guard us in the last 6 minutes. They went to the trap and we turned it over, unfortunately. Cost us the ball game, but I think rhythm offense is getting a lot better in the man. And then tonight, facing box and ones and things that we haven't talked about in practice, haven't had time. I thought we adapted pretty well on the run. Taylor did a good job of still staying involved in the offense and get some matchup. I thought we did a good job of getting movement and breaking them down some. And ended up scoring 72 points, which is a good score for us. The last 2 games, you know, we held South Dakota down pretty good until the last few minutes. We had them practically in the 50s, and we had this bunch in the 60s. So we're playing a little bit better defense, starting to get a little bit more aggressive. Still not real comfortable with what we're doing against presses and traps. The young kids are still having a hard time with that. But you know, we won a ball game, and I'm happy that you know, they see the results of hard work and getting better. And we just got to keep getting better.
Golf tonight too. I know at least when I've looked at some nights where she's gotten buckets, there's been some turnover issues that maybe have plagued her. I know you talked about her being aggressive, playing under control. Tonight seemed to be her finding, maybe striking that balance a little bit, playing under control, but also still being aggressive, especially when she gives you those 8 straight points. They're attacking off the dribbles and making some good decisions.
Exactly. She did the same thing against the man at South Dakota. She really had, especially the first half, she really attacked hard. So I think she's learned how to attack on the college level, not relying on the jump shot as much, and she knows she can get the jump shot. But when you get a kid that's tough, taking it to the rim, that starts opening up everything up for everybody else. So I think that's one reason our offense is starting getting better now too, is she can do that. And you see she's starting to draw a lot of attention, so you know that it makes it easier for the other ones to play. And Jeanette had a little bit of a cold night, but she hustled hard, worked hard. If she hits some of those threes, it's a little bit easier game for us. And you know, that's just part of the game. And you know, Jeanette did a good job of taking threes. They just didn't go in. If we hit those, it opens up again a little bit more for us too.
Was this Taylor's probably best night? You know, when I look at it, I mean, career high tonight. You know, up there, is this 6-1?
I like the South Dakota game, but I like tonight's game too. I thought, you know, especially when they went box on her, she didn't lose, like I said, she didn't lose her intensity. And like I said, we hadn't talked about the boxing. I thought we were through with that when Chaz graduated. I didn't, but, you know, and so we just had to draw it up on the fly of what we did. And she made some good cuts. And again, I thought we did a good job as a team, not just looking at one thing. So I thought that tonight was very pleasing just to see some kids adapt on the run a little bit.
The other thing, too, you know, the biggest thing I've noticed is the turnovers. I think those are season low for them. And that's been a big issue, I think, is points off turnovers. Where
that's a huge issue. You know, we're making way too many turnovers, and you know, in South Dakota we made 4 the first half and had about 5. Could have had an 8-point lead with foul right at the end. And that's what I keep preaching to them. You know, if you don't make turnovers, and you play great defense, you got a chance of winning every game. And we've been making 20 turnovers a game, so naturally I'm proud in the last 2 games that we've cut those turnovers down and starting to realize how important it is.
Defensively, you know, like I said, 48.1% shooting, something that you're not going to like. You're not going to like the numbers on the boards.
We let them score too easy on the points and putbacks. I mean, in the post, we let the kid catch it in his turn and drop step, and that's not good post defense at all. And we fouled too much, and like you say, gave it. So the interior defense was a little, you know, and that's where our strength should be. And you know, we've been working a lot with our perimeter defense, and you know, they picked it up, but our post defense didn't do near as good a job tonight.
You mentioned the South Dakota game. It seemed like toughness there, enduring, you know, some runs here tonight. They cut it to 4 or 5 several times. Is this sort of the evolution about the time you were expecting them to maybe develop a little bit of that?
Well,
Folks got help in it, or
I'm hoping that's part of it. I'm hoping we're getting a little bit more level-headed, but I still see us getting a little bit antsy, a little bit too uneasy with the basketball. So we'll continue working on that, and that's going to be a nemesis for us, I'm sure, this year. And Taylor Ford's getting a little bit more sure of herself at the point, I think, and that's, you know. And like I said, if you've got guards that are ready to pin, and I was pleased with our guards really attacking the matchup zone and not standing around and catching and penetrating. That, you know, you can have some experienced ball clubs and not do that. So I was real pleased with our perimeter attacking the rim.
You mentioned Taylor Ford. You know, at 6 assists is a good night for her. 14 points is a career high. It seems tonight she seemed to settle in or find a degree of settling. You mentioned the South Dakota game. Is she finally, coming around to that? I know her turnover. She has some assists, but some turnovers. Is she kind of settling in? Do you think where you want her to be offensively, or starting to?
Starting to. I think she's starting to realize that you got to be more aggressive and be more sure of yourself. And like I said, it's going to be a work in progress, and you can't blame her. She got thrown up there this year, and she's doing the best she can. And I like the way she attacked tonight. I like the way she played the first 3 quarters against the man in South Dakota. I was really pleased with us in South Dakota, playing in the first 35 minutes against a pretty decent ball club with a big crowd and holding our composure. And like I said, we made the switch to the zone and trap. And if we have a little bit more experience, we might pull that one out. So when you can play on the road and win, and you have a chance of winning those kind of games, and this is a ball club that's winning, and they got some good players, and they showed us a lot of different things, and we had to adapt a little. That shows a little bit of maturity. So I'm a lot more pleased than I was a week and a half ago. I'll tell you that.
We're getting to that point here too, where you always say you like having ready for non-con. You have one more game, but you also have North Texas coming up as you guys get ready to go, and probably the schedule you think defines your year for a lot of it. Where do you kind of feel you are as a group as you get ready to go into Sun Belt play deep?
Well, it's we got Christmas break, and then we got to go to North Texas and to Denver, and that's two hard places to play. North Texas, we got the same practice, same team, new coach, got some good wins already this year, and they got a lot of athleticism. They're going to press the tire out of us, so it's going to be tough for us to come back with a couple of days practice and get ready, and then go to Denver and play in that altitude and playing again. Probably them, those two in A-State, probably the 3 best teams on our side. So you got the first 2 on the road. So if we could get one of those, that'd be a great thing. But we just got to keep showing improvement, and in that we don't need to get beat at home. We need to protect our home court and then see what happens after that.